Update on the OOP taking on Airbnb for letting a host get away with cameras aimed at the bed. I am not OP. OP is you, atypical commonplace. Trigger warnings. Invasion of privacy. Less than. Original post and update here. Skip ahead to red circle for new update. Airbnb allowing host to place cameras in the room where I would be sleeping September 30th, 2022. Hey all. Ironically, I am a lawyer myself, though I am no longer practicing and my area of expertise was way outside this scope. More on that below. In a nutshell, I booked a last-minute Airbnb in New York City. Listed it had security cameras. Fine. No problem. I understand having a camera at the outside of the door. Once the host received my booking, I got an email asking me to confirm that I was aware that the cameras were inside the apartment where I would be staying. Since this was also a studio apartment, that meant that the camera was inside of the room where I would be sleeping, changing, etc. I immediately asked the host to please call me. There were a number of other weird rules, like me having to send him a picture of my ID even though I am outside on Airbnb, of course. And while waiting 20 minutes for a callback, I read some of the other views for other properties and realized this was all very sketchy. Before the host called me back, I let them know I wanted to cancel. The host said he would not accept my cancellation, even though this was less than 1 or 2 hours after I had booked, and was based on new information he gave me that was not previously accessible in the stated house rules, or else were up front in the listing. I said I would contact Airbnb. I spent about an hour on the phone with 3 different Airbnb people. The last told me that I would be receiving a refund. I verbally confirmed this before I went to a hotel and booked it based upon this statement from Airbnb. They asked me if I could send proof of the camera being inside of the room. I said that I didn't even go over to the place and had no interest in doing so now. But I shared a screenshot of the host's message to me. They said this was adequate for me to move forward, and that afternoon I received a written note saying that I would be refunded and also reimbursed for a portion of my hotel stay. The next day, I received a message from Airbnb saying that they need the host to approve the cancellation and that they would really look into this on Friday. I was extremely confused because this totally contradicted the information I had been given and relied upon the day before. I called and was told I would receive a call that soon. After 48 hours, I still had not received a callback, so I called again. After explaining the situation, the person on the phone said that I was right, that this was a violation, and that I would receive a refund as well as the reimbursement. I thanked him, confirmed I received the message, and went about my day. That night, I received another message from Airbnb. Please note again that this was not a call, just a random message saying that I would not get a refund after all. I once again called this morning, explained the situation, was told they would resolve it and that I was right, and then again, less than an hour later, got a message contradicting this fact and taking it back again. Obviously, I want my money back, and I would like some sort of compensation for the fact that I have now spent over 10 hours on this issue with over a dozen Airbnb customer service people who apparently do not talk to each other, nor do they know about or understand Airbnb's expressly stated policy that cameras 1 should not be in the bedroom and 2 need to be clearly disclosed. Not to mention the fact that I relied upon information they gave me to book another place. But this is actually much bigger than me. I used to be an attorney representing human trafficking survivors, and I cannot tell you the number of times that unknown surveillance devices were used against them. Now, am I trying to say that just by sleeping in a room with a camera I would be pulled into some sort of underground human trafficking ring? No, but the consequences of surveillance in private areas where we sleep and dress particularly at this point in time in the United States where I live, are simply too high to let this go. I need help figuring out what to do next. Thank you for any advice you can provide. ETA. Thanks all. Through my conversations with Airbnb today, it has become clear that they believe there has been no violation even though there is a camera in the bedroom, because it is pointed at the door. By this point they have had 5 full days notice of cameras existing in private areas against their policies. And as this post has 30+ listings, it could be extrapolated that there have been over 100 days of this issue occurring this week alone. Many types of cameras can be operated remotely these days, meaning that if you can send it to have a camera in the bedroom, all someone would have to do was trigger the remote device to turn the camera 1 inch and have it be pointed on your body. I am sure I do not need to tell Reddit about the nefarious things people do on the internet, and when Airbnb states expectation of privacy by clearly outlining rules for cameras, I am entitled to that right of privacy. I was also a lawyer representing survivors of human trafficking and domestic violence. I saw all the worst ways that people can use cameras. Throughout the day it has also come to my attention that this has happened to many other people. I'm going to be contacting a personal injury lawyer to see if an injunction can be placed against Airbnb requiring them to remove cameras from any bedroom located within any property. We'll keep you posted. Update in case against Airbnb where cameras were in my bedroom. Repost Airbnb update in case folks want to ask me Q's and I can answer publicly here. December 13, 2022. Link to initial post here. As per the mod comment, I created another post in case folks have Q's, happy to answer them. Long story short, I booked a room on Airbnb and later found out there was a camera inside the bedroom. It was a studio, so everything was the bedroom. Airbnb first said, "You are right. That is not okay. We will reimburse you and pay for 30% of the hotel I would have to book last minute." Then took it back. Then said I was right again. Then took it back again. And on and on. This was not only concerning to me personally, but I believe it was a major safety issue that they were not taking seriously and that their customer service representatives clearly did not understand. I spent over 10 hours on the phone with them. I tried to contact Airbnb customer support and ask for escalation. No response. I then contacted their listed executives a number of times. No response. I then used an online platform claiming to help consumers against big corporations. This company said they would take 20% of whatever I got back. Fine. Whatever. I just want Airbnb to stop allowing cameras in bedrooms. Guess what? Airbnb did not respond. So I continued on and filed an arbitration case as per the terms of service when you use Airbnb. Within 2 hours of the arbitration court contacting us about the matter, an entire team of lawyers was sent by Airbnb to go against me in my claim. 4 lawyers, to be exact, each of which I am sure is billing multiple hundreds of dollars an hour. I shouldn't be surprised, but the waste of resources astounds me. I am sure they are just trying to intimidate me, and I am not falling for this BS. This is why all these companies charge so much. Because they refuse to handle basic customer service issues and then pass on these absurd things, like lawyer fees to us, the consumer. Anyways, just wanted to update y'all. For everyone's info, it costs $200 to file with arbitration, so the fact that I have to have so much time and resources to fight for what is right already has me really upset. But such is the way when it comes to David v. Goliath. I'll update as the case continues, and thanks to everyone here who initially provided support and guidance. Edited to add. Airbnb scrubbed all the correspondence I had with them, and the original host always screenshot everything the moment you think anything may be fishy. Edited 2. To clarify, add more context. I myself am an attorney, but I no longer practice, and even if I did, my background is in representing survivors of human trafficking. Why is this relevant? Well, because the reason this makes me so angry is not just because of me. Want to know one of the many tactics used against my clients? You guessed it. Recordings of them undressing, naked, sleeping, etc. At the worst, they also drugged folks and taped them engaging in sex acts. Now, am I actually concerned that this would happen to me? No. It could, but no. In part because I had the resources to refuse to stay and use a credit card to book a hotel. Some folks have mentioned in the other thread that I could have called the police, but we know that calling the police doesn't feel like the safe option for everyone. So by allowing this, Airbnb is basically making someone choose between staying in a room with a video camera where they sleep, walk to bathroom, change, etc., or hoping they have extra dollar to get a hotel or feel okay calling the police. So I am fighting this because that is just absolutely unacceptable. Edited 3. Some folks have also asked why they went back on their offered refund. First, they said that I had notice because the listing said it had security cameras. Never mind you that security cameras in private areas, such as where you sleep, is against Airbnb policies. When I brought that up, the customer service representative had the audacity to say, well, the host said it isn't pointed at the bed. WHAAAA? ? In case you are unaware of technological innovations, you can remotely move a camera to point towards anywhere in the room. Yeah, no. I'm fighting this. Edit 4. Wow, y'all. Thanks so much. I will admit, I was a little freaked out yesterday when I saw the show of force Airbnb tried to throw at me, but you all have buoyed my spirits and given me fortitude for the fight. Thank you. But you also knocked off my AMA with my much beloved WW2 fighter pilot great uncle from my top post. Lol. He passed a few months ago, so in case you want to read a story of a real American hero including an anecdote that continues to make me die of laughter, you can do so here. https www.reddit.com/r/yama/comments/tcqhhq/I'm Jack Hallett, a 101-year-old WW2 fighter pilot. Red circle, red circle, red circle. Second update posted January 27, 2023. First post. First update. Side note. I have no idea where to answer folks' questions as this forum doesn't allow comments on updates. My last post on legal off-topic was removed because it is not an AMA, so if anyone knows where I can answer people's queues and we can discuss this, let me know. Less than 3. Well, friends, looks like we are going to arbitration court. Airbnb responded to my complaint basically stating the following. 1. Airbnb has no liability for anything under their terms of service. Quote they used in their response from TOS Section 18. We provide the Airbnb platform and all content as is, without warranty of any kind, and we disclaim all warranties, whether express or implied. Interesting side note, they also explicitly stated that their background checks don't really mean anything, which is fascinating to me as they really make a big deal about safety. Reminder, their own policies say that cameras in private areas, bedrooms, is not permissible. Point 2. Even if Airbnb was liable, I waived all claims by signing said terms of service. Point 3. I can't sue Airbnb because my alleged damages were the action of third parties and Airbnb didn't cause any of them, which, reminder, isn't true because I expressly relied on Airbnb's customer service representative for I consented to whatever happened to me happening to me by signing the terms of service. Point 5. I am claiming more than I should get, i.e. they are saying I am unjustly enriching myself due to my wanting to be compensated for lost time. Reminder: I am a consultant and former lawyer who actually consults on these issues as a profession. Point 6. Latches, which is unreasonable delay. Reminder: I contacted them less than 5 minutes after discovering the issue. Point 7. I failed to mitigate any damages. See my first post. This is probably the most laughable. So we are going to arbitration court. An arbitrator was assigned today and a court date is upcoming. Now, some of y'all may think it is not good of me to be posting this as Airbnb and their lawyers may see it, but if you have read my previous posts, you know that this isn't about me specifically but about the madness of what Airbnb is doing and shedding light to y'all about what may happen if you have a known safety issue against Airbnb's own internal policies. Reminder: companies that use arbitration clauses do it specifically so that these issues are kept out of the public eye because they are not public record like typical lawsuits are. So I'm here letting y'all know. Final reminder: Airbnb now has to pay $2,900 in filing fees for the case. There is a $2,500 day rate for the arbitrator, and the law firm coming against me has 4 lawyers working on this. They are paying way more than they would have ever owed me. Which, reminder, they told me they would give me. I ask you why? Why would they do this unless they truly and deeply believe it is okay for there to be cameras in your space despite what their policies say? And/or this is the beginning of a new trend for Airbnb to refuse to take any responsibility for anything occurring to you while you use their platform. I'll keep y'all posted as to what happens next. Yes, I know arbitration isn't technically court, but this whole thing is so infuriating. I'm taking my kicks where I can get them. There's a constant warning among the people who go to DragonCon in Atlanta to not use Airbnb for a room during the convention. It is a well-documented practice for Airbnbs down here to take your reservation. Everything is fine and wonderful. And then a week, or less, before con, they'll cancel your reservation, but you can get it back. Though, it's only a few $1,000s more a night than you were promised. Every year, a few people ignore the warnings and get slammed, or lose their Airbnb. I really hope OP is successful. I don't know how arbitration may impact their chances versus the court system. But bringing awareness through Reddit to the ways in which hidden clauses can absolve the billion-dollar companies from taking responsibility for the situations they facilitate is doing good work for us all. Love how aware she is of how much money they're spending on this. I'm sure her refund would have been a few $100. And we haven't even factored in all the negative PR costs that will come if this blows up more. I had booked an entire house to stay at months in advance. Confirmation specifically stated, entire house. I'm driving to the city and called the owner to schedule our walkthrough and was told that our room is at the end of the hall. Long story short, the owner of the house failed to realize I booked the entire house and had proceeded to book every room in her house for a film festival crew. She then wanted me to cancel the booking and she promised she would refund all of the money. Yeah, no, I have the receipts regarding the entire house. Either I get the house or you cancel the booking. Took 30 minutes to get her to cancel the booking. She wanted me to cancel because if she canceled, it looks bad for her host ratings. I'm not playing that game. That weekend was an Ironman event, so finding a hotel room was almost impossible. Luckily, I found one and got ourselves situation. But it was a stressful few hours. This was 2018. So Airbnb was actually helpful and agreed to cover part of the cost of the hotel room as compensation and as an apology. Now, It's cheaper and easier to use a hotel than Airbnb. The cleaning fees, house requirements, etc., all make it prohibitively expensive as compared to just renting a hotel. Whatever good Airbnb purported to do when they started, they're just another under-regulated scam now. Once big money moves in, the concept and ethics of the original idea vanishes out of a back door. Same with Uber, Deliveroo, all just turning into immoral corporations that milk both employees and customers in the name of shareholder value. Not surprised. I booked an Airbnb for the first time not too long ago and was welcomed into my private lodging by 3 strangers who are living on the property without any legal arrangement. Had to stay on customer support calls for days to get my money back. Airbnb scrubbed my correspondence too. It wasn't until I said that yes, I had screenshots and had taken photos of the condition of the place, besides what I had uploaded, that they asked me to resubmit. If I hadn't documented outside their app, I probably would have had to pay. So many scammers are now on Airbnb. I'll never use it again. I hope this person wins their case. Airbnb is so sketchy. There's no way staying in them is better than the peace of mind that comes with booking at a hotel. I stayed in an Airbnb that burned down in the Valley Fire. 2015, California. They wouldn't reimburse me for the luggage and personal belongings I left behind when I was fleeing for my life. They wouldn't even refund the nights I paid for that weren't possible because the house physically wasn't there anymore. They said it wasn't their issue. It was a private arrangement between me and the homeowner, and I would need to sue the homeowner whose house had just burned down to get any dollar back. Thumbs down, medium light skin tone, 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 thumbs down, medium light skin tone. I made this comment on the original post as well, just in case it sounds familiar to anyone. By scrubbing the correspondence after being told about a pending legal action, Airbnb basically confirmed that whatever op says is correct. How dumb can you be? I still don't get how this story hasn't gone more viral. These people need to alert the media. Airbnb is a pretty big name to be doing this. I am not a lawyer, but if someone would sue them for real for this, I bet they would have to make a lot of changes to their TOS. Fuck Airbnb. I wonder if op ever tried a charge dispute with their credit card company. Life tip: if a company is dicking you around, go to your credit card payment company. They will get your money back, because it is their money. I've done this multiple times in my life when I've had issues with companies' products. For example, getting my money back on non-refundable hotel reservations. This lady is badass. Yeah, I found a toenail in my bed and dirty laundry and hair all over the floor of my Airbnb. I was promised a refund and money toward a hotel room. Never got any of it. Airbnbs have not been worth the price for a long time now. Just get a hotel. This guy is fighting for all of us. Can we help him out with legal fees? I genuinely hope this year will be the end of Airbnb. Foul-ass company. I don't see ever using Airbnb again. This only reinforces that stance.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.